Today I'm going to show you how to turn your mason jar into a soap dispenser. So right here I have a mason jar with the normal size lid right here, and then I have the soap dispenser that comes from mason jar lids right here, rust-proof stainless steel. I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and inside of here are soap dispensers and the lid that will replace the lid that is on top of this. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out so you can see what it is. So this came in a pack. There's more of them, but I just used one box, and here are the lids. Now I'm going to place this lid on top of that with the soap dispenser right here. And inside there's straws, not for drinking, but for adding it to this so you can make a soap dispenser. And then they also have right here, it says there's labels that you can put on to the mason jar so you don't forget what you're pumping out of the mason jar. All right, so I have the labels. I'm going to place that right there. And then I have the straws. Now the straws, they come in different lengths depending on what type of mason jar you're going to be using. This right here is the, I believe, 6-ounce mason jar right here that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to use the appropriate straw so that the straw sits down at the bottom and is able to get up as much soap as soapily possible. So inside there are instructions on how to use this. It says, put the gasket in the lid, install the pump, twist the plastic screw to the pump button, fix tightly, one hand hold the pump, the other hold the lid, and rotate gently following the arrows. Insert the straw lightly, screw them on mason jar. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do just that. I'm going to put the gasket inside of the lid, but first I'm going to take the original lid off of the mason jar that I have right here. Now, there's a difference between the wide mouth mason jars and the normal mouth mason jars. The normal mouth mason jars are normal, and the wide mason jar lids are wide. That being said, let's move forward. I'm going to open up one of these. And inside you'll see that there is a gasket. There's this right here that keeps it from. It says put the gasket in the lid. We have that. And now it's time to install the pump. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, pull out one of the pumps, put the other pump to the side. All right, if I had jam in here, I would be literally pumping up the jam. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take this, put that right there. All right, you see how I have that right there? It says install the pump, just like that. You see I have it installed, the pump installed. And then I'm going to twist the plastic screw to the pump button. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go ahead and do this. See how I'll put this in this way. And then I'm going to go ahead and screw it. DJ, screw. All right, so I have that screwed in right there. Snug right there. And it shows right here how you're supposed to do it. So if I face it this way, if you get somewhat confused, fix tightly. One hand hold the pump, the other hold the lid, and gently follow the arrows. And see how the arrows are going that way and this way. So I'm going to take this and do it like that. All right, so once I have that, I'm going to insert the straw tightly. But before I do that, I'm going to see which one is the appropriate straw. So you can see that there are different lengths. These two are about the same length right here. And then you have one that is longer. The longer one won't fit in that jar. So I'm going to use one of these. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in. And you see at the bottom right here, it is slanted. This is the side that you want on the bottom right here, the slanted side. Okay, so it's not flush against the bottom. So I'm going to take this and push it inside. And then tighten it up. And then I'm going to add soap to the jar. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, and I'm going to pour soap inside of the jar. I'm going to fill it up. Go ahead and fill this up. Small jar, but I'm going to put all the soap in here that I possibly can. All right, so I have it right there. Then I'm going to go ahead and close that soap up right there. And then I'm going to take the lid. So here's my lid right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and, wait a minute. Do you see what happened right here? It is too long, but I'm going to see if I can just put it in right here. And it's okay if it bends a little bit. But if it bends too much, you might have to cut the straw a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and try to screw it on. Like a DJ. And it's screwed on. But you see right there, it's crooked down there. So I'm going to have to cut it. So give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and get a knife. And I'm going to cut that part off. So I have a knife. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull this out right here. It could be messy at first, but if you first don't succeed, why try again? All right, so I have this. And so it bent a little bit. So I have to figure out how much I need to cut off of it. So you can measure it. So these are the same size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this straw out of it. All right, so I pulled the straw out of it. And I'm just going to use the other straw, which is the same length, just so I can gauge how much how much goes in there. So just the tip can fit in there, but let's see how far. So I'm just roughly gauging this. So I'm going to cut about this much off. So I did that. And now I'm just going to go ahead and put this straw back in here. Then I'm going to put the straw back in. And I'm going to DJ screw it. And it's bent towards the corner, but there is no kinks in the straw. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pump some out. I'm going to go ahead and pump it. See, now we have soap coming out. So now we have the soap coming out. And now what I can do is come over here. And then I'm going to look at the label. And then I'm going to find which label this is. This is bath soap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to peel off the label that is appropriate for the jar. And then I'm going to find a clear area and I'm going to place it right there. And it says Mason jar bath soap. Now, you have different labels for different types of soap. You have one for hand lotion, dish soap, yada, yada, yada. All of these things right here. And that is how you make a soap dispenser out of a mason jar. I hope this video was helpful. Thanks a lot for washing. Well, I hope you wash. That's the purpose of putting soap in the jar, so you wash. Turn this over like that. It's really cool. I hope this was helpful. Thanks a lot for washing.